Ever felt a deep connection to the natural world around you? Maybe you've experienced a sense of peace while walking through a forest or felt a surge of wonder watching a sunset. These moments hint at a profound link between nature and our inner selves. But in our busy, technology-driven lives, we often lose touch with this connection. This video explores how we can rediscover and nurture our relationship with nature through sustainable spirituality. Our ancestors understood the importance of living in harmony with the natural world. They saw themselves as part of nature, not separate from it. They respected the land, water, and air that sustained them. But as societies developed and technology advanced, we gradually distanced ourselves from nature. We built cities, spent more time indoors, and began to see the environment as something to be controlled rather than respected. This disconnect has had consequences for both our planet and our inner well-being. Environmental issues like climate change, pollution, and loss of biodiversity are symptoms of this broken relationship. At the same time, many people feel a sense of emptiness or lack of purpose in their lives. Could these problems be connected? And could reconnecting with nature help solve both? Sustainable spirituality offers a way to bridge this gap between our inner lives and the natural world. It's an approach that combines personal growth and environmental care. At its core, sustainable spirituality recognizes that our well-being is deeply tied to the health of the planet. It encourages us to develop our spiritual lives in ways that support, rather than harm, the environment. But what exactly does sustainable spirituality look like in practice? It starts with mindfulness, being fully present and aware of our surroundings. This means paying attention to the natural world around us, even in small ways. Notice the plants growing in cracks in the sidewalk, or the birds singing in your neighborhood. These small observations can help us feel more connected to nature, even in urban environments. Sustainable spirituality also involves learning from nature. The natural world is full of wisdom if we know how to look for it. Consider the changing seasons. They remind us that change is a natural part of life, and that periods of rest and renewal are important. Or think about how ecosystems work, with each part playing a crucial role. This can teach us about interconnectedness and the importance of community. We can apply these lessons to our spiritual practices. For example, instead of always meditating indoors, try finding a quiet spot in nature. Feel the ground beneath you, listen to the sounds around you, and breathe in the fresh air. This can deepen your meditation practice while also helping you feel more connected to the environment. When it comes to rituals or ceremonies, consider using natural materials instead of store-bought items. This could mean using flowers or leaves as decorations or stones as focus objects. Not only does this reduce waste, but it also helps you connect more deeply with the natural world. Gratitude is another important aspect of sustainable spirituality. Taking time each day to appreciate nature can shift our perspective and change our actions. You might start each morning by thinking of 3 things in nature you're grateful for. This simple practice can help you feel more connected to the environment and more motivated to protect it. Building a community of like-minded individuals can greatly support your sustainable spiritual practice. Look for local groups that combine spirituality and environmental care. You might find meditation groups that meet in parks, or spiritual centers that organize nature walks. If you can't find an existing group, consider starting your own. Organize group meditations in natural settings or plan volunteer activities that help the environment. Of course, living a sustainable spiritual life isn't always easy. You might feel overwhelmed by the scale of environmental problems leading to eco-anxiety. Remember that every small action counts. Focus on what you can do in your own life and community. It's also important to balance your desire for natural living with the realities of modern life. You don't have to move to the wilderness to practice sustainable spirituality. Even small changes in your daily life can make a difference. One of the most powerful aspects of sustainable spirituality is its ripple effect. As you change your own habits and perspective, you'll likely inspire others around you. You don't need to preach or lecture. Simply living your values and sharing your experiences when asked can have a big impact. You might find friends becoming more interested in nature or family members making more eco-friendly choices. For those living in urban areas, connecting with nature might seem challenging, but green spaces exist in most cities. You just need to seek them out. Parks, botanical gardens, and even small patches of grass can provide a natural connection. You can also bring nature into your home with houseplants or a small herb garden. If getting outdoors is difficult, technology can help. Nature documentaries, virtual reality experiences, or even recordings of nature sounds can provide a connection to the natural world. As we look to the future, sustainable spirituality is likely to evolve. New practices may emerge that combine technology with nature-based spirituality. For example, apps that guide nature meditations or online communities that support sustainable living. Whatever forms it takes, the core principle will remain the same, fostering a deep connection between our inner growth and the health of our planet. Sustainable spirituality offers hope for a more connected and sustainable world. By aligning our spiritual practices with care for the environment, we can nurture our inner selves while also contributing to the well-being of the planet. It's a path that recognizes the profound link between human flourishing and the health of the natural world. As you continue on your own spiritual path, consider how you can incorporate sustainable practices. Start small, maybe with a daily gratitude practice for nature or by meditating outdoors once a week. Pay attention to how these practices affect you. Do you feel more connected to the world around you, more peaceful, more motivated to make eco-friendly choices? Sustainable spirituality is not about perfection. It's about making conscious choices and gradually aligning your spiritual life with care for the environment. Every step you take, no matter how small, makes a difference. The natural world has much to teach us if we're willing to listen. It shows us the beauty of diversity, the power of resilience, and the importance of balance. By tuning into these lessons, we can grow spiritually while also becoming better stewards of the earth. Consider the cycles of nature, the way plants grow from tiny seeds, flourish, then return to the earth, nourishing new life. This cycle can teach us about growth, letting go, and renewal in our own lives. It reminds us that endings are not final, but part of an ongoing process of renewal. Or think about how trees in a forest support each other through underground networks, sharing resources and information. This can inspire us to build stronger communities, recognizing that we thrive when we support one another. Even the smallest organisms in nature can offer profound lessons. Consider the humble earthworm, quietly working beneath the surface to enrich the soil. It reminds us that important work often happens out of sight, and that seemingly small actions can have a big impact over time. As you develop your sustainable spiritual practice, you might find yourself becoming more aware of the rhythms of nature. You might notice how your energy levels change with the seasons, or how the phases of the moon affect your mood. This awareness can help you align your activities and practices with natural cycles, leading to greater harmony and balance in your life. Sustainable spirituality also encourages us to reconsider our relationship with material possessions. In nature, everything has a purpose and nothing is wasted. This can inspire us to live more simply, choosing quality over quantity and finding joy in experiences rather than things. As you deepen your connection with nature, you may find yourself naturally making more eco-friendly choices in your daily life. You might become more conscious of your water usage, inspired by the preciousness of clean rivers and lakes, or you might choose to eat more plant-based meals, recognizing the impact of industrial agriculture on the environment. These changes don't have to be drastic or immediate. Sustainable spirituality is about gradual, mindful shifts that align your actions with your values. Each small choice, whether it's using a reusable water bottle, turning off lights when not in use, or choosing to walk instead of drive, is an expression of care for the earth. In your spiritual practices, consider how you can minimize waste and use resources mindfully. If you use candles in your rituals, for example, you might choose ones made from natural, sustainable materials. If you keep a spiritual journal, you could opt for a notebook made from recycled paper. Connecting with the elements can be a powerful part of sustainable spirituality. Spending time by water can help you tap into feelings of flow and emotional healing. Feeling the earth beneath your bare feet, a practice known as grounding or earthing, can help you feel more centered and connected. Focusing on your breath can remind you of your connection to the air that surrounds and sustains all life. As you develop your practice, you might feel called to become an advocate for the environment. This could take many forms, from participating in local conservation efforts to supporting environmental organizations. Remember that advocacy can be gentle and positive. Simply sharing your experiences and the joy you find in nature can inspire others to develop their own connection with the natural world. Sustainable spirituality also invites us to expand our circle of compassion. As we recognize our interconnectedness with nature, we naturally begin to care more deeply about the well-being of all living things. This might lead you to make choices that support animal welfare or biodiversity conservation. In your daily life, try to approach tasks with a sense of reverence for the natural resources involved. When you drink a glass of water, take a moment to appreciate the complex journey that water has taken to reach you. When you eat a meal, consider the sun, soil, and rain that nurtured the food and the many hands that helped bring it to your table. As you continue on this path, you may find that your definition of spirituality expands. Rather than being confined to specific practices or beliefs, spirituality becomes a way of living in harmony with the world around you. Every action, from the way you tend to a houseplant to how you dispose of waste, becomes an opportunity for mindfulness and connection. Remember that sustainable spirituality is a journey, not a destination. There will be challenges along the way. You might feel discouraged at times by the scale of environmental problems or struggle to maintain your practices in the face of busy schedules or unsupportive surroundings. When this happens, be gentle with yourself. Return to the basic practices of mindfulness and gratitude. Remember why you started on this path and the moments of connection and joy you've experienced. It's also important to celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. Every time you choose a sustainable option, every moment you spend in a mindful connection with nature, you're making a positive difference. These small actions add up over time, not just in their direct impact on the environment, but in the way they shape your consciousness and influence those around you. As you deepen your practice of sustainable spirituality, you may find that it affects all areas of your life. It might influence your career choices, leading you to seek work that aligns with your values. It might change how you approach relationships, fostering greater patience, compassion, and appreciation for diversity. It might even shift your perspective on challenges and setbacks, helping you see them as opportunities for growth, much like how nature uses disturbances to create new balance. In essence, sustainable spirituality is about recognizing that we are not separate from nature, but an integral part of it. It's about aligning our inner growth with the well-being of the planet that sustains us. As we nurture this connection, we not only contribute to a healthier environment, but we also cultivate greater peace, purpose, and fulfillment in our own lives. So, as you go forward from here, consider how you can bring sustainable spirituality into your life. Start with small steps. Spend a few minutes each day in nature, even if it's just feeling the breeze on your face or watching clouds move across the sky. Practice gratitude for the natural world. Make one small, eco-friendly change in your daily routine. As you do, pay attention to how it affects you, how it makes you feel, how it changes your perspective. Every journey begins with a single step. Your path to sustainable spirituality is unique to you. Trust your intuition, stay curious, and remain open to the wisdom that nature has to offer. In doing so, you're not just nurturing your own spiritual growth, you're contributing to the healing and flourishing of our beautiful planet. Take a moment to reflect on your own relationship with nature. How might deepening this connection enrich your life and spiritual practice? What small step could you take today to live more in harmony with the natural world? The path of sustainable spirituality is open to everyone, offering a way to nurture our inner selves while caring for the earth that sustains us all.